Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Empires 4 replay. Spawn top left side as the magenta Abbasid Dynasty. We've got Vlademar. Spawn on the bottom right side as the cyan Delhi Sultanate. We've got Wam01. It looks like orange is immediately going for some fishing boats. We do have, looks like two fishing deposits right here, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. I see three fish deposits, usually four. Oh, there's a fourth one way down there. Of course, both players do have access to advanced berries, so both players have good source of food. Deer deposit located here, here, and here. Let's see, gold deposits. Magenta spawn a little bit down the hill, and a little bit back here with some stone. Over here, looks like Science both his initial gold deposits spawn behind him, nice and safe. Stone a little bit off the side, and another gold deposit up here. More gold and stone here. And looks like gold and stone spawning pretty close by each other. Doesn't look like big enough for a keep in between the two, but you can at least get a couple towers there to help protect your villagers. Dylan of Faith being queued on up, while the Abbasid Dynasty player will of course have fishing boats. Even his House of Wisdom not deployed in the field just yet. Side will have an early tech advantage, or age up advantage should say. There's not really any timing tax for Delhi Sultanate since they have a significant amount of time for their research. Dylan of Faith of course will give some bargain bin scholars straight from universities. So Dynasty players pulling out the House of Wisdom now. We'll get it built and immediately aging up to the military wing. We'll get it queued on up nice and early, or nice and quickly after it got built, I should say. But Dome Faith will be built. He will get a free pair of spearmen and archers. I think those spearmen will be particularly useful to prevent the early Ghazi raider. Villager does fall back, may have been fished a little bit there himself. Yes, he does spot the dock there. So maybe some early horsemen or other units just carry torches. Wouldn't be half bad. We've got some Ghazi raiders now being pulled out now. They're, of course, a little bit more expensive than horsemen, so they do have more health. They hit harder but slower. He's going for an archer ship to help protect this dock. There's two free spearmen. They will be adequate to help prevent this. Local doggo does get put down, you monster. Got now three Ghazi raiders here. I don't know if unupgraded spearmen can win against that. He's going for foodstuffs now, fresh foodstuffs. We'll get an archer ship in the field. Plenty of health left on the dock, so doesn't worry about it being burnt down. And even though the archer ship can't leave the water, the extra archer ship's still excellent versus almost everything. Lots of research there. Of course, the Delhi Sultanate does get free research. We do have Golden Age Tier 1 now, one of the most powerful economic benefits in the entire game, plus 50% collection rate on all resources for his villagers. Do now have a horseman and scout moving down south. Professional scouts queuing on up, but remember this is Delhi Sultanate. It's probably just the last thing on his research queue. Though professional scouts have been quite common for the past half a month. Local doggo will be put down there. Horseman push away 4, got the Ghazi raider here. Archer ship did roll some misses on the wolf. Down south got a good number of Ghazi raiders. Delhi Sultanate's going to be aggressive with them. Up here we do have now the scholar take some damage as well. Scholar will go down, denying the capture of that sacred site up north. One of the few real economic benefits Delhi Sultanate have in the early game. which could, of course, give an additional 125 gold per minute. Villagers standing fighting, shanking some of these horsemen. Need to make sure to focus on the horsemen first before the scout. That one villager here, severely wounded, does get picked off there. Sign did go for textiles relatively early. For Delay Sultanate, textiles does get research at the same rate as other nations or civilizations' textiles. Camel Archer here will, of course, buy the Camel Unease debuff, but not exactly super great against these horsemen or Ghazi Raiders. Ghazi Raiders do bonus damage versus range, and the Camel Unease won't hurt it too much, just a decent amount. The number of archers employed by the Abbasid Dynasty player probably should get out some more spear in the current raid. His opponent is going for Archer Ghazi Raider. A good number of archers here, so both players going for a similar composition: light horseman, light archer, or light ranged. Scholars getting some good healing on in. Does take out the spearmen first, and those spearmen do actually pose a threat to the Ghazi Raiders, even if they are unupgraded. Sign looks like will win out the end, but will lose all of his archers. Does have a decent number of Ghazi Raiders there. Scholar finally gone down. Just leaving the Ghazi Raiders against the horsemen. Both players still have their scout alive. Up north, just units engaging each other. Looks like Magenta had a higher kill so far, destroy value so far this game. Guys are just trying to engage. Archers gain some damage, gain +1. They do have +1 damage, and this one does not +1 range just yet. So they do get some extra firepower for the time frame. They take a bit of time for this to be researched. Guys are just engaging the horsemen. Second side here being decapitated by the camel archer and by the horsemen. We do. I think I just saw a research got canceled. I don't think that one was finished. Maybe it was finished. I wasn't paying close enough attention to the progress bar. Sign's trying to fall back now. Over here, we do have Ghazi Raiders engaging the archers. Does kill off those units. We do now. The Ghazi Raiders pushing into these archers now. Camel archer almost goes down, but still up and running. At least the camel's running. The guy's sitting on the back of it. Got the horsemen heading down south, trying to engage these villagers. Good number of villagers there. Local doggo will be put down. Looks like we got 4 fishing boats on the field. Maybe a little bit too many. I think 3 is usually the magic number people tend to go for, because that's how many you can throw on the dock. And it's not too many fishes there, so they run out quicker. Horseman backing out from the Ghazi Raiders. This horseman can easily go down. Over here, do now the Ghazi Raiders engage the horsemen again. Villagers getting hit by these horsemen. Still no players gone for spearmen. I'm sort of surprised. At this point in time, when one person realized the only person's going for the same composition, light cavalry, and light range, they could just probably solely focus on their cavalry and probably do just fine. And +1 range armor still being researched now by Cyan. And Purple's going to get all the basic research, blacksmith research going, including melee and melee armor. Melee damage, melee armor. Economic wing now being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty. Could eye for a secondary town center thanks to the Fertile Crescent research, reducing the cost of, it says economic buildings. Town centers count as economic buildings, as well as houses. Maybe it counts as a house rather than an economic building, but either way, it makes it 30% cheaper, a town center. And also, more particularly useful is 30% cost reduction in farms, as well as houses. It does add up. by 30%. Horsemen now pushing down cell. Geyser Raider is trying to find some of these villagers. Oh, that archer tied up a lot of movement there. Would it be purpose or accident? Took a lot of extra damage there. Scholar does take a bit of damage there. Archer is engaging. Scholar does go down. Remember as well, they're bargain bin scholars. They do have a bit of discount, so not big losses, just a loss. These guys are still moving around, with the economic wing now being active, or now fully researched. There's some Gilams. Of course, Abbasid could get a pretty nice timing attack. He does go for some Lancers. At least even if he does age up, will still take time to catch up with all the veteran research. So Abbasid has a lot of room to make good work with. I've always said also Castle Age or Feudal Age Man at Arms are generally the best units in the game, but now you can get Castle Age Gilams, heavy infantry, to engage as Feudal Age opponents. So I think Gilam could be also a good unit. And Abbasid Dynasty Gilams are very nice with boot camp and of course, well, primarily with good boot camp. These villagers could get hit pretty hard there. This is what Cyan needs to stay in the game with the age up behind. Does get some villagers past the gate. They have similar villager numbers, just only 3 less at the moment. Cyan killed off a good number of opponents' villagers so far this game. Villagers do not get hit there. Got a Lancer now trying to pursue, but he can easily get outnumbered. Lancers trying to pursue these Gilams. Cyan has not aged up and very far from aging up, so he's going pretty far behind. He has 0 villagers on gold collection entirely. Could maybe just get 1 going at least. Does have, of course, the sacred sites for gold income, which is going to be helpful getting his age up, of course. But he needs a lot more food in order to start his age up, so I think a Gilam transition would result in victory for Magenta. He doesn't have to worry about siege engineers. He can free improved siege engineers. So I think overall Gilams right now would be particularly effective. Of course, Cyan does have decent amount of gold generation. Has right now 250 gold per minute from those 2 sacred sites alone, and of course has the victory counter in his favor. Lancers engage in those Geyser Raiders. Barry's still there. Magenta's going to be running out of food and is on his side of the map. He does have some more armor right now. He does have veteran archers, but no composite bowmen just yet. Elon's trying to engage these forces. Got now the spearmen trying to pursue the lancers. That's the only thing he has to fight these lancers right now is these spearmen. One more reason why I say Gilams are particularly useful, because he doesn't have many counters to throw against Gilams. Or really anything, you have to use Geyser Raiders. It won't be a great engagement by that. We do now have the House of Learning now being deployed in the field, which will give him 6 unique technologies to research over time for free. A little bit of fire support there from the archer ship, nothing too significant. Gilon getting shanked by the villagers. He does not have textile, so does buff one of the villagers. House Learning will be complete. He will have to rely on probably crossbowmen, as well as spearmen. Crossbowmen, of course, are immediately starting Castle Age, so don't have to worry about the getting any resources to get them up and going. Got now +1 range damage for the Abbasid Dynasty player. Both players in Castle Age. He's going to have to get a lot of research going. Times in which he was playing Age of Mythology, where we can queue up the research in the previous ages. Gazier's push forward. These Lancers are almost down. Gazier can easily take out the archers. And looks like the fishing boats are out of fish, as I mentioned earlier. And right now there's some patrol move. He could try desinking them, then get into patrol move. But at this point in time, he may just want to delete the fishing boats. At least when he needs to free up population, don't hesitate to delete them. Fishing boats do have good scouting capabilities, which is one reason why you should keep them alive. And keep them patrol move prevents like the auto villager in notification. But I would recommend perhaps maybe split off two to patrol the edges as well. Try to spread them out a little bit. You're now composite bowman now being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player. One Lancer does go down. These Lancers were very wounded. He has retargeted that one. 10 health remaining. Of course, got other units pursuing them. Scholar does go down. Deadly Summoner player is first going for the Kiji, or however you pronounce it. The Honed Blades get +3 damage on his Lancers and on his Man-at-Arms. With Tower of Victory, Deadly Summoner Man-at-Arms can actually get extremely nice. Of course, like with any Man-at-Arms civilization, Man-at-Arms can be somewhat easy to counter, since you just have to focus on crossbowmen, and now spring galls are more of an option as well. Siege Engineer is now queued on up for the Deadly Summoner player. Sort of surprising to queue up the last age with that is available in Feudal Age. Maybe just a slight oversight there. Lancer push forward. Fishing boat receives some fire. Now we do have a composite bowman for the Abbasid Dynasty. An excellent archer now. Magenta has captured the Sacred Scythe here. This one is neutral at the moment. Magenta has claimed 3 relics. Signs only claimed 2, so relatively even there as well. Lancer trying to get some damage there. Does get forced back a little. Over here, got these nice falling back. Got these Lancers can pursue these Lancers. Over here, got the composite bowman straight forward. Magician's going to try to close it out. He does can pull out some battery rams if he had enough resources for it. Keep now being established. Composite bowman push way forward. Got good amount of heavy armored units for Cyan. They only have +1 range armor at the moment, but these archers will do only 4 damage per arrow. Lancer is now trying to pursue. Does take out the Ghazi Raiders first. Got his own archers now fighting away. They are veteran archers. They will be inferior to the Abbasid Dynasty archers since they don't have access to composite bowmen or any other things to help improve them. And all those archers do get cleaned on up, evening out the military count, but the value is now much more in favor of Cyan. Detroit Valley is in favor of Magenta though. Both players cut off 16 villagers, and Purple's now going for secondary town center. Rebel still has a good number of civilian. Of course, a handful of them are these fishing boats. And that's probably just what makes it evened out. It's just solely these fishing boats. Lancers, engaging the Lancers. Now, it's actually really been a while since I've been kept on saying the word Lancer, because most of the time, all the Lancer variants have largely gone away. At least the Keshiks, Lancers turned to Keshiks. But there's much more Knight Civs than Lancer Civs, to say the least. Keep now being built up here. Archer engaging the Imam. Lancers. Archers take up that Lancer. Got 11 Lancers over here versus 9. 1 crossbowman. There's a handful of crossbowmen. Imam will be gunned down. Scholar will obtain the Sacred Site. And I don't think we got the Village Fortress research just yet. I think this is the first keep that Sign's built in the field. Nope, he has Village Fortress. This keep here got it. Or is getting it. Lancers pushing way forward now. We'll find the Lancers, but of course got a couple Camel Riders here. Camel Riders are quite nice. They're a pretty good anti-cavalry tool. They're incredibly healthy, so they're actually decent versus archers and crossbowmen as well, due to the high health pool. And their attack speed is not half bad. Lancers in comparison have 1.5. While the Camel Riders do have a much faster 1.212, but they do have lower damage. 24 base damage as opposed to 14 base damage. But the higher attack speed between the two does even out for most part, and the higher health pool, and though it has no inherent armor, the higher health pool does make a difference. Of course, versus Lancers themselves, they will be just fine with a double damage. Gotta keep over here. Lancers, can engage the Lancers, only 1 Camel Rider support, but the Camel Ease debuff is going to be quite significant, but looks like Science numbers is too much, plus he has some other units nearby. Lancer does go down there. And got these units now engaging. Does have Golden Age Tier 2, so I have faster resource speed. And halfway there to Golden Age Tier 3. Looks like Magenta's going for more Camel Riders. Granted, these Lancers do have +3 melee damage. Doesn't say +3 down there. It is a weapon swap, so it will increase the base damage. If they were going to make it so that does pose a +3 down here, they need to make sure the Kilji had the same base damage, imply had the +3 modifier, similar to other plus modifiers to be applied as well. Due to the change weapon. Sorry, a bit more technical. I did some bit more modding with my Computers 2 mod. And this runs the same engine, so I know this engine far too well. We do have a good number of archers, crossbowmen, lancers, and camel riders. Nice little mixed force of cavalry and range. You now have the hardened spearman research now the way of the Abbasid Dynasty. Sort of surprised we haven't seen more spearmen this entire game, honestly. At least someone does have his veteran spearman research, at least got that going. He may have 1 barracks in the field just to make sure the research doesn't fall behind. Of course, at least someone does have 2 good landmarks going up age 4. One provides food based on how many research you have. The other one provides gunpowder elephants, which are definitely the cooler option. Though the food landmark probably will provide more resources over time. He is going to go for the gunpowder elephants. Czar Academy, was that the name of the landmark to provide food? I thought it was called something different. Maybe I'm just going crazy. And maybe get that mixed with the Ottoman final landmark, the Istanbul Observatory. Probably. So we're going to see gunpowder elephants. The Malhout research is not necessarily combat research. I think it's more of a traveling on the field research. It effectively makes your elephants have a similar movement speed to your crossbowmen and man-at-arms, so it follows formation without really slowing them down. I think it improves their movement speed up to like 1.10, and the movement of crossbowmen is 1.12. Lancers and knights push way forward. Lancers counterattacking. We do have a bit of healing on these guys, drive-by healing. Palace of Sultanate looks like will be completed. Gunpowder Elephant will be consumed and built. Going for the various research there. Pockies, giving archers and crossbowmen +5 range. 0.5 range, I should say. Which actually probably should be pretty useful for crossbowmen, since Gilam are pretty common composition for Abbasid Dynasty. He's aging up the culture wing now, so he will not be going for the trade wing, at least not yet. Fishing boats have been deleted. Best way you can delete though your fishing boats is by Alt F4. You can try it now on the YouTube video. If you're watching this in the YouTube video. Looks like a mine there. Got the keeping established here. Got a bit of stone to work with. Slow production of the mine. Oh, there's more villagers on the keep now. Couple random battery split up by Magenta. Culture wing still researching. Keeps to have 6 fire armor. Battery room's now advancing towards the keep itself. Keep does go down. 6 site not being decaptured at the moment. Culture wing now complete. Lancers engaging the rest of these camels. Got these lancers creeping on by, trying to engage these villagers. Abbasid has some of the best economy in the entire game. He can. The base research gave plus 30%. His additional golden age and his agriculture research, or whatever it's called, does provide additional 30%. And of course, we got additional drop off as well. We do have some crossbow and gunpowder elephants now engaging. Crossbow elephants, of course, good versus everything, particularly heavy units. Gunpowder is, of course, good against everything as well. I wonder if he gets affected by serpentine gunpowder. I think these are just garrison models. So they of the hand cannoneers, so I think they may actually get affected by the serpentine gunpowder. The elephant paw does not receive the increased mobility from it. This bonus damage to light versus melee. Elephants now pursuing these ranged forces. They are tail elephants. They are not classified as heavy, so crossbow won't do much damage. And honestly, archers won't do much damage against them as well. They have a lot of health. Those guys do go down there. Stampede elephants is one of the most difficult things to stop in the game, honestly. Spearmen and horsemen both would do okay. Also not super great, honestly. Batteries will easily be torched down. He can collect the gold deposit once he gets done torching. Single lancer here. We've got elite lancers by the Delhi Sultanate. Biology's on the way as well. heap now being established here, throwing some torches in that mining camp. Looks like some elite spearmen engaging this lancer. Does take it out. Definitely does have elite archers. At least some of the archers are quite nice. Not the elite Sultanate. Abbasid Dynasty with the composite bowmen. But may want to hold off on it because of the elephants. Because 16 range armor is quite significant. Or did I say 16? I meant 13. Either way, good amount of armor there. They're at 14, which I believe that's the max they can get. So right now, these elite archers are doing 10 damage, so they will do 1 damage apiece. And even if they get even more research onto them, they still won't do any more damage. The Sultanate player does have now a Mangonel on the field. Spearmen, of course, do have additional buff versus elephants. So Spearmen probably the best choice against these elephants. Dock will go down. The arrow ship could fire some fire support, doing volleys of 5, 1 damage each of each arrow. The dock's now on fire. Elite armor tactics plus 15% health and damage would be useful for the Spearmen. And just while holding off a little bit there. And also, Simon may want to either get out some spring galls, since he probably should realize that Spearmen are likely going to be a good counter against him. Get the counter to the counter by getting out spring golds. We do also got camel riders. I suppose Abbasid Dynasty does have another item versus elephants, and that's the form of camel riders. They only have 5 range armor right now with their increased armor research. They do have good bonus multiplier versus cavalry, and they also have high health. Biology is being researched now, so maybe camel archers can be, or cavalry archers would be quite nice. I don't know if elephants get affected by camel unease debuff. Don't remember. But that could be quite nice if they did. We also got another veteran camel archer research. The keep will be destroyed. Golden Age Tier 3 now active. Increases economy even further by 5%. Let's see, it's way in front. And of course, 20% increased production speed is going to be very useful right now. Camel Rider's taking a lot of fire. Got a good number of crossbow elephants and gunpowder elephants there. So we're going to try and push right forward, getting tight on scholars. Killing all the scholars is not half bad either. They're providing a lot of good health restoration to these elephants and mending their flesh of the beasts. Some of these elephants getting caught out by the spearmen. Good number of these spearmen or elephants sort of go on down. They take out all the siege weapons. It looks like Magenta's forced to fall on back. We got a large number of camel riders in the build queue. Definitely should cut crossbow and archer production. Maybe you should just take the crossbow and archments and try to raid villagers right now. Because not going to be too particularly useful against these elephants. The elite archers are only still at 10 damage. Camel riders do also have good anti-siege damage. Same damage multiplier as as horsemen, but of course have higher attack speed, much higher attack speed. Camels, spearmen, and some hand cannoneers mixed on in. Hand cannoneers are just generally good. Mixed on in is not a bad idea, but some are getting hit pretty hard by these mangonels. Which is force trying to pursue the camel of all these elephants. Some do connect. These forces engaging a couple of these stragglers. Well, the Magnalos do take a bit of damage there. More camel riders up here with some spearmen. Magnalos get some damage over there. Now we got Gauzy Raiders being put on the field against Spearmen and Camel Riders. That may be not great, but maybe just going for a cheap raiding option. We got a keep being built next to the keep. It looks like keep will be built. The other keep may get interrupted as well. It looks like the elephant's going to batter down the keep now. The keep will actually be fully built, actually. Elephants. Some of the elephants starting to disintegrate pretty quickly. Magenta has anti-elephant force and anti-cavalry in general, so Cyan really should not be eyeing these Gauzy Raiders. Spearmen probably be a good option. Be equal to his opponent's Spearmen, but of course be good against the Camel Riders. I still think Cyan should also mix in some Spring Golds against the Spearmen. They'll just do a drop off the stone there. Try and torch down this additional Cyan keep or Cyan keep there. Magentas keep getting battered down by the elephants. Cyan's keep will go down as well. Equal. Ooh, Village got stoned a little bit there, and the keep does get saved. A traitor there. Not sure why there's a traitor there. See, Cyan's village is idle there. Collect the wood. Got another keep here, which also protects the trading post there. We got some various stuff still down here. But something I also want to mention as well, Magenta's base. His two landmarks are located right here and here at the front of the base. Cyan does not need to go into his opponent's base to win the game. He just needs to take out the House of Wisdom and the capital, and he wins. Outpost being established here. It's an outpost to ensure all the fishing boats get destroyed. They did a very good job out of that. As you can see, all the fishing boats are in fact gone. Keep now being built here. Take a little bit of Magna fire. Right now, Cyan has a good reserve of food, but gold and wood are actually probably a little bit lower than you would like. Magenta's pretty low in gold, has plenty of food and wood, so maybe some horsemen. He is going to be the horseman. Both players try and get this gold deposit. This appears to be the last gold deposit on the map. Camel Riders now pushing down south. There's some Hank-Indians mixed on in. And they got ripped apart there. Cyan's trying to get some gold as well. Which is just splitting up Magenta's force, actually. Which may make Cyan win the fight, though. He will lose a number of villagers. So Magnalos get some decent hits there. They're more geared to be anti-range, but they're still actually decent versus everything. Elephant's trying to protect his Maganal core. Gets a good volley there. Takes out a line of spearmen with the Maganals. Some scholars mix on in to heal up these elephants. Got another keep here, so Magenta has the gold deposit at least not being collected by Cyan at the moment. But of course, elephants can batter down keeps no problem. We also got Camel Archers, a decent number of them on the field. They have 16 damage at the moment, which means they do 2 damage against these tower elephants, so not great. He needs more research before these Camel Archers can actually do anything. I'm not sure why he went for Camel Archers. Which just keeps taking massive fire from the Maganels, and the elephants are connecting as well. I suppose the Camel Archers are doing okay versus these Gauzy Raiders. He's lacking both final range damage and Incendiary Arrows. Incendiary is probably a key resource to get a damage multiplier. Keep will stay up for now. Its range damage not great as well. Do 1 damage versus Tower Elephants. Cyan's trying to grab some gold as well. Both players are desperate for that. Magenta's they run on stone for repairs. Trying to collect some wood. Maybe we can get some deer. I think Cyan's pulling out And Magenta does pull back out of the game now. This is Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.